In the wake of the shooting in far west Texas, much remains unclear about the suspected gunman.
Now, the simple question of why has become the one that's the hardest to answer. Maggie Lohmiller joins us now with more on the psyche of the person behind the gun.
That's right, Lindsay and Ann. We wanted to get a better understanding, so we spoke to a forensic psychiatrist. There are a number of layers involved, but like the rest of the nation, we wanted to begin to unpack the mind of an accused mass murderer. As we learn more about the suspect that officials say gunned down nearly 24 people, many wonder what makes a murderer.
The typical profile that we'll see of a mass murderer is it tends to be a single white male in the 20s or 30s, low to middle class, at times actually with a very high IQ, but someone who is more of a loner.
Still, it is difficult to discern a suspect's mind. Forensic psychiatrist Felix Torres says it can be tough to identify.
People think that mental health experts are able to pinpoint and diagnose and prevent with 100% certainty. And the reality is that the majority of these cases we are sort of engaging in a Monday morning quarterbacking.
And a diagnosis can come after it's too late. But is mental health the problem?
What we need to be really careful about doing is blaming mental health or mental illness, because the majority of people who engage in these behaviors do not have a mental illness.
The El Paso tragedy comes right after a mass shooting in Gilroy, California, and hours before an attack in Ohio. Are these copycats?
The reality is that these acts take planning, and the mass murderer, contrary to popular belief, does not blow up from one day to the next.
Instead, experts say it's often a twisted competition.
The killer feeling, hey, this one stole my thunder. I was planning this. Let me go ahead and complete what I was planning, versus, which is also a sad part, seeking higher notoriety by going for a more severe or more dangerous situation where they can say this one killed more than the other.
Now it is important to focus not just on the suspect, but also the men, women, and children whose lives are forever changed. Survivors, the victims' families, and first responders will have a long road to healing, but hope is out there. For more information, head over to our website to keep those resources handy, kxxv.com.
Thanks, Maggie.